Good morning, dear students. Welcome back in your English classes, and I am Mrs. Reena Baret, your English teacher. Today we are going to deal with the topic morals. You might have heard this word a number of times. Now we are going to see actually what is model or what are models in your English grammar. Clear? Look at the board. We start with the verbs. Actually, models means nothing but helping verbs. They are what? They are actually helping verbs. So we start with verbs. Okay. This concept I feel today will be clear in your mind that what are models and what is the basic difference between an auxiliary verb and a model. Look over here. We can classify the verbs according to their use in a sentence in two ways, two types. One is the main verbs, full or the main verbs. They are also called the full verbs because they are complete. And second category is the auxiliary or the helping verbs. They are called so. Auxiliary means helping. They are called as helping verbs because they assist the main verbs in the sentence. They assist them to complete the sense or meanings, to express the meaning completely. So they are called helping verbs. Now if you see what is the difference between types of the main verbs and the auxiliaries. Main verbs are generally action words. They indicate some action, but auxiliaries, they do not express any action. They are only incomplete verbs, you can say. They are weak verbs. They only assist. They are not complete in themselves. Action words are like full verbs: play, sleep, dance, see, go, hear, look, act. These are all main verbs, action words. And here auxiliary or helping verbs like do, does, did, is, am, are, must, might, no, can, shall, may, might, could, this way. So now again these auxiliary verbs can be classified into two types. Okay, auxiliary verbs can be classified into two: full verbs, auxiliary verbs. Then again auxiliary verbs, they are classified into two types. One is the primary auxiliary and the other is the modal auxiliary. Okay, one is the primary auxiliary verbs and second category is the modal auxiliary, which we are going to learn in this chapter. Here is our chapter. Okay, it was an introduction part to explain you what are actually modals and where do we get these modals from. Okay, these are modals, also known as auxiliary or helping verbs. Now look here, one concept should be clear in your mind, that all the helping verbs are not modals, but all the modals are helping verbs or auxiliaries. All the modals, they are auxiliaries or helping verbs, but all the helping verbs are not auxiliary or are not modals. Why? Because three group of these they are under primary auxiliary. Clear? We have divided the auxiliaries into primary and modal. So these primary, they are not the modals. Clear? Do, does, did, do group, has, have group and D group. Okay, B means is, am, are, was, were, forms of B, and has, have, had. Okay, these three groups, they do not fall under the category of the modals. And the modals are, other than these, all the helping verbs like can, could, will, would, may, might, shall, should, dare, need, must, ought to, used to, and so many are there. Okay, you can see the words, this two written here. Okay, I'll explain you what is the logic behind this, why I have underlined. Now, what is the work of these modal auxiliaries? What role do they play in a sentence? Auxiliary, we know they assist. But why they are called as modal auxiliaries? Why not only auxiliaries or by some other name, secondary? Why they are called only modal? Because modal means they express the moods. They express the mood in a sentence. Mood means the mental tendencies. They show us mental tendencies or behavior. Clear? They express the behavior, capability. Capability, they come with the main verbs and they show the capability or capacity of a person to do something. Okay, possibilities of some events to occur, some happenings. So these are, that's why they are called as modals. They express all these things: moods, behavior, capabilities, possibilities, mental efficiency or tendency. That's why they are known as models. Examples we have already seen. Now in the another lecture also I'll tell you about their features in detail. Now we are seeing them in brief. These are the features I have written here in short because there was no space. In my second lecture on models, we are going to deal with them in detail. First is these auxiliary verbs. Now children, this is our part 2 study. No need to focus on this left side. Clear? Look here. And these features I have noted down here because there was no space here. So these models, they are never used alone. Modal verbs are never used alone. In a sentence, they are always followed by a main verb. They always come with the main verb. Like, I can do it. Look here. I can do it. Can you say I can it? Or I do it? I do it is okay. But I can it? No. So this modal verb, it always requires the main verb. Okay. Because it only assists. It is not an action word. So I can this way. Okay, they are used with the main verbs only. They are not affected by the number, person and gender of the subject. Subject is I here. Number means singular and plural. If the subject is singular, plural, no effect on the modal verb. It will not change its form. Like these words, they change. Then if it is gender, male or female gender, no effect. Person, first person, second person, third person, whatever the subject is, they have no effects. Like I can do it, he can do it, she can do it, they can do it, you can do it. All the persons we have seen. Okay, male, female, he can do it, she can do it. Unlike, it is similar in all. Now, Seema can do it. Okay, Vivek can do it. Male or female, no effect. So, number, person and gender have no effect on the use of the modals or auxiliaries. Clear? Third thing, express mostly the present or the future time. Mostly they are used to express either the present or the future time. Rarely or hardly 2-3%, 5% they are used to express the past. Clear? Mostly they are used for the present or the future time only. Now they do not have any infinitive mood or past participle. Means past participle means third form of the verb. They do not have the third form. Can will always be used as it is in its original form, and the main verb will never be in the past participle form or the infinitive mood. Okay, we are talking about the main verbs with the going with the modals. So here they are not used with infinitives. Only two exceptions are there. See here. Now come here. I have underlined these two because they are carrying the to. Ought to plus first form of the main verb. Ought to do, ought to go, ought to follow. Used to learn, used to do, whatever. So, to do, to go, to come, these are infinitives. To plus first form of the verb. So, these two are the exceptions. Ought and used, they always take the infinitive mood. Whereas all other modals, they do not have infinitive mood in the sentence, or with the third form of the main verb, they can never be used. Like we cannot say I can done it. Okay, do first form, did, done. We cannot say I can done it, I can played it. No, it will always carry the without infinitive mood or the first form and second. Then next point is forms. They form negatives and interrogatives. They are used to form the negatives, where if after this model you will place a not, we have already seen while learning the direct and indirect or tense chapters very nicely. To make a sentence negative, what we have to do? We have to place the not word between the helping verb and the main verb. So after the models, if you add not, the sentence will become negative. And these models, they are also used to form interrogatives. Interrogatives means you know that there are two types of interrogatives, yes or no questions and WH type of questions. In yes or no questions, these models, they will occupy the primary position and they will come in the beginning before the subject to form the sentence interrogative. Whereas in WH questions, they are added, the WH word is added before the model. before this modal WH word will be added. Okay, subject will come here in the interrogative. It will be can I do it? Okay, so how can I do it? This WH word or how will be placed in the very beginning. So these are all the rules. One more is there. S or ES is not added with them. Like do. Okay, like in the primary auxiliaries. In this, you can add does. Okay, in the main verb you can add goes, but plays, sleeps. But in the modal auxiliaries or these helping verbs, S or ES cannot be added. They will take their original form. S or ES will not be added with them. Okay, so these points we will revise again in detail. We will deal with in the second lecture. Okay, thank you.